Hello, we are Aviator, and this is Humble Beginnings.
My first CD was I got a copy of Dookie from my neighbor because my neighbors were like a couple years older than me, and I just remember my neighbor learned Longview on bass, and I was just like, I didn't even want to play bass, but I just learned it on guitar anyways. So that started it all for me.
The first CD I ever bought was Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. I can't remember the first CD I ever received. I think it was probably, I think one of the first tapes I received was Smash Mouth. I remember it because it was an orange cassette, and it was awesome.
My first CD purchase was Third Eye Blind, self-titled.
My first CD purchase that was a band was Eve 6, self-titled. Other than that, first CD, actual official, was WWF The Music Volume 3.
When I was really young, my sister, I was going to say burned CDs, but she copied tapes of Dookie and Nevermind by Nirvana and Pisces Iscariot by the Smashing Pumpkins, and then I went out and bought Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
My first concert, my mom took me to Aerosmith, and Cheap Trick opened for them.
So my first concert was Vanna, Our Last Night, and Then There Were None. A bunch of weird bands.
My first real concert I went to was Rise Against and Thursday, and I think Evergreen Terrace opened.
Census Fail and Bleeding Through. I don't remember anything else about it, just that.
In third grade, I saw the Smashing Pumpkins with, I want to say the Toadies. It was either the Toadies or Toad the Wet Sprocket or something with Toad in the name. But I was in third grade, and I was like by far the youngest kid there.
Toads were involved.
Mr. Toad.
Toads my goats.
My first band shirt was Verse. That was like the, I would call it the path choice of starting to get really into hardcore and the melodic hardcore. So Verse did that for me, and I just went out and bought like one of everything. Like instant fan.
I'm sure the first band shirt I was ever given was some like Kohl's or like big store brand like Nirvana shirt or something, but I definitely remember buying a Master of Puppets shirt and immediately cutting the sleeves off.
I think my first band shirt that I remember buying on the internet was a Modest Mouse shirt.
Growing up, I was a really big fan of rap and hip-hop, and my first musical artist t-shirt was a Puff Daddy shirt that I purchased on my own. My mom brought me to the mall, and I was like, I want that one, and it was really cool. It was actually a good shirt. So.
At that Smashing Pumpkins concert, I begged for a t-shirt even though I was in third grade, and like all they had were like triple XL, and I tried to wear it anyway. It was a ill-advised purchase.
Oh, the very first t-shirt I have to say though was like, I went and saw, when I saw the Aerosmith concert, I fell in love because they had the same shirt that Garth wore in Wayne's World. And I was so pumped up about it, but it was green instead of white, but I didn't even care. I wore that thing for like a month. Joe B, Forgive Me. It was a transit show. That was my first stage dive. True fact.
First time I ever moshed was to As I Lay Dying War Tour 2009. And it's all been downhill since then.
I think my first stage dive was also at a transit show with Matt.
Yeah.
It was cute.
First time I ever moshed was that Census Fail show. It was kind of just like a push pity type of thing. First time I've ever actually like stage dove and got really into it was the Carrier at Anchors Up. At the time, it was Welfare Records in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
I've never stage divin. I'm a wimp, but I don't remember the first time. First time I moshed was to Guns Up.
Yes.
Right on.
We did it the other day.
Yeah.
The other day,
van full.
to Guns Up. Yes.
Do we have to do this one? The first band I grew up in a small town, so it was really hard to find people to play like rock instruments with. Everyone was like in band. So I joined a jam group a couple towns over, and that's where I met, like, that was where you really learned how to, like, not just play by yourself, but to, like, communicate with other musicians and other instruments. So I remember the first day I met the drummer of the jam group, and then me and him started a band, and my best friend played bass at the time, so we would just jam, and, like, that's when we first started writing our own material. But I want to say 9th going into 10th grade.
Middle school, the band was originally called the Scorpions, but that was taken.
Yes.
And very taken. And then we changed the name to Predictions of the Past, which was
That's pretty badass.
Which was me, all me. I take credit for that 100%. And the first band I ever played a show with was with him in 9th grade. I think at the time we were called Seek to Console.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. A long time ago.
Throwback.
Well, I started playing music with friends, and then I started a band with one other friend, and we were two-piece called The Keen, which never really did anything. But the first band I started playing shows with was called The Glass Bullets, and we were just like a punk band from Florida.
Aviator is my first band.
Boring.
Yeah, really boring, but I did try to be a rapper.
Yes.
Before.
You're still trying.
I'm
still trying.
Kind of still trying.
DJ TJ.
It's a long work in progress. I had many names. Crimson was one. What was another one? Toxic T.
Yes.
I just tried a lot of stuff, man. TJ the DJ was another one that I wanted to do. It's very silly. I don't know. I went through some weird, like, alternative rap phase. Not like alternative rock rap phases, but
What about that Wicked stuff?
yeah, I was really into like that, like down and dirty, like probably really Detroity type stuff, like D12, Eminem,
Yeah,
Esham,
Slim
like
Shady.
stuff like
Just want to say Slim Shady. On
very
camera.
violent. Wouldn't recommend it. And then I was really into like Jedi Mind Tricks too. So that's the type of stuff I was going for. Didn't succeed. Probably would not go for that again if I were to have it.
Didn't succeed yet.
Dude, I want to have more fun-loving stuff. Anyways, that was my first attempt at any musical thing. Aviator is my first actual band that we started playing shows.
8th grade, a few friends and I really liked this band from Boston called Tree, and we got together to like learn their songs, and then I think we kind of started to write our own. I don't remember anything about them, but we probably were just a Tree cover band called A World Run by Greed, which I assume had something to do with the band.
Pretty metal.
Yeah.
Pretty metal.
Did you play guitar in that?
Yeah, and because I remember because it was we had a kick drum head and we wrote our bg. That was the abbreviation.
The first show I played technically was the high school talent show with my first band.
I mentioned this earlier, but the first show I played was with Seek to Console in 2009 or so.
No.
Oh no, 2005.
2005. November 12th, 2005.
Wow.
Because
2005.
that was the night after I saw Cookie and Cambria.
True. And
I
had a camo like conductor hat. A pink. I have a video of this on my phone.
Breaking off.
And I still have the video on a camera too. And I wore a pink Antigua shirt that my grandfather had given me, and over that I had a When Legends Die shirt that was really tight. I wasn't punk enough for the show, so I pretty much got a punk outfit from my friend, who was also in the band. That was dark times.
Forgot about that.
Dark times, never forget.
The first show I ever played was the summer before 9th grade, and my band played at this pub called Churchill's Pub, which is in basically Little Haiti in Miami, Florida. And my dad definitely drove me, and it was a pretty scary place for a little kid like me, but it was a cool show.
First show I ever played, was with these guys,
Brockton,
minus this guy, in Brockton, Massachusetts. And I forget the name of the place.
Max Blues.
But all I know was there was many Rhode Island bands on the show. It was
Yeah.
a very big show, and I
that
just
was our
remember
second.
getting there. It was very
second
energetic,
show.
very violent. I got speared into a couch. Well, actually, I got speared into a girl that was on a couch.
It was like outrage and convulsions.
I got hit in the face.
Yeah.
I totally could have been like,
Deprivation.
"Sorry,
I
we
remember-
just met. Let's hang out." But I didn't do that because I don't do that.
Someone definitely went over the merch table. I remember that.
Yeah,
Brockton.
yeah. It was a very rude
FSU
but
kinda
awesome
still
awakening
existed.
for.
A rude awakening.
It was a very rude awakening. Not the band, but shout out.
My first show was the 8th grade or middle school Battle of the Bands when I was in 8th grade at the North Andover Youth Center with my band, which was called Elfin Refuge at the time. And I had that like temporary dye stuff, and I had like a little mohawk.
Oh.
And we covered Lumberjack Song by Monty Python.
Dude,
We didn't
please tell me you have a picture.
It's around. I'll dig it up.
Good. Our first tour as a band was in 2010 with his other band at the time that I actually played in as well. And it was pretty bad. We rented a green van. It was a week-long tour. I think 3 or 4 of the shows fell through.
It was like the middle of winter, yeah.
Yeah, it was the middle of winter. We almost died in Vermont. The snow was really bad. It was a pretty awful tour. It was a lot of fun.
No, it was so much
It
fun.
was a ton of fun.
We went to Manhattan and we slept in the van in a parking lot in New Jersey.
Yes, we did. I don't know. It was a lot.
It was just so much fun because it was our
Yeah.
first experience leaving Massachusetts as a band.
Yeah.
So, regardless of the shows, we were acting as tourists.
He had a great mustache.
Oh yeah,
He
my
had a
curly
great
mustache.
It's never been
Shout
that
out to
good.
Tommy Regan.
Yep, Tom.
Yep.
He was the
Rip.
original bassist at the time.
I'll have to upload the Vermontage one day.
Yeah, the Twitter montage.
to make
Look that up
to
on
make our
YouTube.
history known.
No, it's on Vimeo.
It's on Vimeo.
Okay. But still, look that up.
I just
Oh,
know
yeah.
that tour we played a show in Vermont.
The Pizza Barn.
Yeah, and like we played upstairs in like the attic thing, and I just remember thinking the whole time I didn't even know that there was like a scene in Vermont. Like I just
Well,
like didn't know.
There wasn't because there was.
Yeah.
First record, first band shirt you bought.
Hey guys, did you hear that?
My mom thinks that we're Evanescence.